Ndindi Nyoro, the member of parliament for Kiaro constituency, is now blaming Ruto's regime for buying out major media outlets in an effort to muzzle them. Now, how does this happen? We all know that the government is the biggest advertiser. So, one, they make sure that whatever bills are pending, they don't pay you or they pay you bit by bit. Two, they deny you those advertisements. So subsequently, these media houses go through what we call a natural death. So they come and propose to you an offer that they want to buy the shares of the media. And now when they own the media outlets, automatically they become a propaganda machinery. Let us listen to what Ndindi Nyoro has got to say about this.
And the government and the leaders of government are starving our media houses the pending bills because they want them to collapse. They are also starving them of businesses from government, channeling only to where they have interest, so that media houses can collapse. So that after imminent collapse, they then offer buyout bids to buy our media houses. That as we talk today here in Kenya, our three main newspapers, two of those now main newspapers are now tabloids of this administration because they have been bought through stakes and shares. That Kenyans wake up in the morning kusoma gazeti. Na hiyo gazeti, kati ya zile tatu, Kenya inajua gazeti tatu. Already bili ni tabloids ya wenye wako katika uongozini. Let us let media to be an instrument of democracy. That out of the 4 major TV stations in Kenya, can you imagine, actually, out of 5 major TV stations in Kenya, that now 2 of them are now voices of propaganda of this administration because they have been bought. And I'm calling upon you, if you want to do a transaction in Kenya, don't bother hiding through a nationality of another country. Just buy what you are buying with your name. Tusikuja kunaambiwa kuna kampuni hapa inanunuliwa sijui na mtu wa Uganda, sijui wa Tanzania. Wakenya wanajua sio Mtanzania bwana. Wakenya wanajua ni Mkenya. Na hata wanajua ni Mkenya mgani. So tafadhali siku hizi hakuna Wakenya wa kuhadaa na story propaganda. Say it as it is. Fox News kama ya US inajulikanaga ni ya Republicans. CNN and Warner Brothers Discovery, people know they support Democrats. Even now in Kenya, if you buy a media house and you are a politician, and especially you are a politician who is sitting already in a country, in a position.
Is it a lie when Ndindi Nyoro says that majority of Kenyans are now clever, they are witty, and you cannot dupe them? It is true. We know for sure that the regime of the day, which is Ruto's regime, is trying to suppress and muzzle the voice of the media. And not only media. If the state wants to take control of the nation, they make sure that they hold each and every institution under ransom. Why do I say under ransom? Because you have to do certain things for you to survive. Suppressing them means you don't give them advertisements, means you don't pay them their dues. And we know they're the biggest advertisers. Actually, without advertisements, then these media houses, they will be not existing. So, subsequently, they die a natural death, as I had earlier on said. The question here is, will these be successful? We are in the advent of social media, whereby the digital platform has offered us with sites like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, the former Twitter, TikTok, where the voices of the people are loudly and largely expelled outside here. Now, look at the traditional media, the radio, TV, the newspaper. Technically, for you to listen to news, you have to wait for the o'clock hours, like the 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 7 a.m., 9 p.m., 9 a.m., 10 p.m., 10 a.m., and 1 p.m. Now, for the newspaper, you have to wait for the following day for you to get to read news that occurred hours before you access the newspaper. Now, let us take this scenario onto the social media. Something happens and the next 5-10 minutes it's already uploaded, or even as it happens, it is streamed live from personal profiles, personal pages of the people. And that is why the government is also trying harder to pay out bloggers and buy or pay out for people to trend hashtags on X. That just tells you how desperate this regime is to make sure that they control narratives. They make sure that it is what they say gets into you. But are they going to succeed? It is very obvious. They can never succeed. The success rate of this is 0.0 something percent. Well, a lot of things are happening. We have the issue of Tuju being raided on his properties, or even not allowed to access his property. And we could see the police involved. Seemingly, we saw people who are both supporting the government and not went to stand in solidarity with Tuju. They could possibly tell the president, these are your people, kindly tell them to keep off Tuju's properties. Now, do you know why that is happening? This is just something to divert your attention. They give you something so that you all run onto it, focus on it, while it rubs out whatever was trending. We've heard about the National Infrastructure Fund. They don't want you to have time to get to know what is really happening with the National Infrastructure Fund. Saying that they want to raise the 500 billion in the National Infrastructure Fund. Where from? Now, the government has been selling parastatals or government companies or state-owned companies, selling the shares. Now, that money, Ruto knows so well, he cannot access the monies from consolidated fund without the oversight of the Auditor General. Because it will be audited. Where is this money going to? What project is it going to undertake? And whenever monies get lost, the Auditor General will be quick to tell us that certain billions have been lost. We don't know who has withdrawn them to where. We don't know. It will be subject to scrutiny. Now, currently, that National Infrastructure Fund will not be subject to approval by the Parliament. It will be not subject to oversight by anyone. So these parastatals that the state is selling, those monies will get in there. Now, the government will use these as a collateral to borrow 10 times the loan. Now, 500 billion times 10 is close to 10 trillion. You understand? If my mathematics is not wrong, you'll correct me. That money, you are not going to oversight it. And that is why we question, what is the intention of this bill that was passed? Now, these are the things that Tuju's story is coming to forfeit, is coming to rub. They don't want you to talk about it. Well, as also the regime of the day thinks they hold monopoly of goons, Caleb Amisi is saying in one of the interviews that if the government thinks that they have monopoly of goons. Goons don't pay allegiance to any politicians. Goons have no principles. They work with the highest bidder. And if that is the route and they need to protect themselves, then that is what they are also going to do. Watch this.
ODM is borrowing from UDA of inviting goons. In fact, some of the meetings they called, we don't go because of the reason that they keep on mobilizing goons to attack us. You remember they mobilized to attack Sifuna in Kilifi. He had also the intelligence. He just didn't want to go and cause chaos. But of course, when it comes to NDC, there are no goons. Goons are goons. Goons are not owned by anybody.
No, they're owned by politicians.
Yes, that's why I said if they are not owned, they do not subscribe to any principle of any politician. So goons are available for hire by anybody. So we'll use the same goons.
So it's best, the strongest man.
Yes, the strongest, the bigger goon will win.
but on the real, though, when you look at that and how it would impact a country, what is the danger of these goons? Especially now that we're going to an election.
We don't have an option. We have to protect ourselves, because if they have chosen that route as the only way of competition, then we are not small boys in town. We don't shy away from war. You remember, even in the East definition of politics, Karl von Clausewitz, a Prussian general during the Napoleonic War, he did indicate that war is just but a continuation of politics by other means. And the politics is also a continuation of war by other means. So there's a thin line between politics and war. So if you can't agree in policies, then you fight.
Well, I'll ask the same question that the journalist asked. What is the impact of these to the nation? Which Caleb Amis didn't answer directly, which he said they have no choice but to protect themselves. But even as they protect themselves, what is their ultimate impact? You see the way Haiti is, ran by militia and goons. That is the same state in which Ruto's regime is taking us. Let me end it there. Give me your take. What is your thought? Give me that in the comment section below. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you will be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Halif is my name from the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.